And I remember, some days my wife would be sitting here, and just the fact that her presence, that's all I wanted, was just her presence. We didn't have to say anything. The fact that I knew that she was there and I was over here, that's all I cared about. Nothing else. I knew that she was here.
The other two came home, and I made sure they got some good food, stuffed them as much as I could with anything they'd eat, figuring, and they wouldn't be eating a lot for a while. And then told them, and I will never forget that day, especially my youngest. Brady just looked dazed, but you could just see Kelsey change. It's like the light in her eyes just left. And I've never heard a child cry like that before.
I think it was the worst day of my life. And I'm hoping that they will use the way Jan lived. As a model to bring up that children.
On a plot of land in Arlington, Virginia, overlooking our nation's capital, the grass is growing again. Trees have been planted that bloom in newness of life each spring. The wall has been rebuilt. As if in silent honor, for the briefest of moments each evening, the setting sun itself pays tribute with a golden light pouring forth on what is now hallowed ground for all of America.
We wanted some way to ensure that all of the victims murdered that day, they were never forgotten.
In the night sky, the radiance of 184 illuminations of remembrance shimmer in the darkness in honor of 184 men, women, and children whose lives were extinguished in an instant on a hauntingly beautiful fall morning.
The last 6-7 years have been absolutely surreal. In 1 minute, it seems like it was in another lifetime when Michelle was here. In another minute, it seems like it was just 30 seconds ago.
Seven years later, thousands of Americans come together to join hands with the wives, the husbands, the children and the grandchildren, the parents and the grandparents of the 184 who perished that day. For on this day, from the ashes of death and destruction, a living memorial has arisen to not only mark one of the most tragic events in all of American history, but to stand eternally in honor and remembrance of those who paid so dear a price for our freedom and their courageous families who carry on their legacy. This is the Pentagon Memorial, America's first national memorial to those who died on September 11, 2001. While it stands in remembrance of all those who lost their lives that tragic morning, it also stands in living testament to their families, who year after year are bravely and quietly piecing their lives back together. This then is their story, and while it is a story of painful remembrance and unresolved suffering, it is also a story of renewal and perseverance and hope in the greatest tradition of the American spirit.